We back with another video, man. In today's video, we doing a silence tutorial. I wish I could do some gameplay for y'all, but I can't. Sadly, somebody shadow banned me, obviously, so I can't play anything right now. I wish I could give y'all some gameplay like I normally do. I apologize. I'm gonna upload as soon as possible. I love y'all, boys. Man, stay safe. Peace. As you can see, I do play on right hand claw, so I never have to take my thumb off the right stick because COD timing does exist. I let my finger off for a second, I'm dead. So I do use right hand claw because I don't have a pro controller. I don't have a pro controller like all your other favorite streamers or anything like that. I do use L1 R1 to aim and shoot. I use L2 to slide. I use R2 so I can use my throwing knives so I can get my instant kills when I get knocks in Warzone. Since I do play right hand claw, I do use X as my tactical so I can pop my stims. I do use circle as my melee and everything else is original. I do not have a high dead zone because this is a new controller. Obviously, I don't need a lot of a dead zone on a new controller. For people that do have it, increase the minimum. Do not increase the right stick max. It is very important that you keep it at 99. Um, you should always at least have this out of 5 for even if you do not have stick drift. Even if you don't have stick drift and you do end up getting it later on, you won't notice it as much if it's just a little bit. For aiming, I do 1919 because for the flashy movement to entertain y'all and to also flick on people when obviously when I have snipers and stuff. I do use a .65 so I don't over ADS, so my aim is steady enough to track tac sprints and not fast enough to where I'm overlooking where they're going to be instead of where they actually are. I do use linear for my aim response curve type because personal preference for me, I've been using linear for so long, and dynamic I have tried. Dynamic is alright. It's really personal preference. I think with dynamic I would just have to get used to it. But for me, I use linear because that's just what I'm used to, what I like, and everything that I'm used to. With also again ADS sense multiplier, I use that at a .65. Aim assist type, I do use Black Ops because Black Ops slows down my aim when I am on top of a target, making it more sticky and slower for when I'm shooting, making it easier to track. With gameplay, obviously automatic tac sprint. You should be using this. You do need this slide maintenance sprint to slide cancel, and it also helps with that. Double tap for if I'm doing something in game, doing something outside of the game, and I need to just run, still going forward. I do use this so I can obviously easily tac sprint. I do not use this because of the fact that if I want to hang on top of a building while I'm getting chased, I'm dead. Obviously not the best thing to use. Tap to slide. Hybrid is also good. I normally use hybrid when I'm playing multiplayer, but when it comes to Warzone, no. So tap to slide I would prefer, or slide only, because tap to slide does give you a little delay between each and every slide. If you slide and jump at the same time, you might be jumping first and then sliding. But hybrid is also good if you're playing multiplayer, especially in ranked when you want to dive. Plunging underwater trigger, yes, I do have this on so I can look around instead of having to free look. This is the best option to have off, especially when you're playing Warzone, because of the fact that you need to get to the ground as low as possible before you pull out your parachute, so you're able to get loot quicker than everybody else that's already up in the sky still. Sprinting door bash, yes, you should have this on, especially if you're hiding behind a door. If somebody runs through it, it's easier for you to run around the door, making it easier for an escape, clip, whatever. Mental only, I have this on because of the fact that I want to obviously already climb over the wall. I don't like to stand on it and wait. I don't like that at all. Combat behavior, obviously hold for aim down sights. I have no idea even what that is. Equipment behavior, I have that on hold because if I'm playing ranked multiplayer and I need to cook a nade, get a free kill, I'll cook the nade and then throw it. So, me personally, I think that hold is the best. You can use toggle if, personal preference, of course. Weapon mount, I do use double tap ADS. Never do ADS. This will mess up your whole gameplay, make you lose hella fights. Weapon mount delay, exit delay, I have that on short just because I want to get off the mount fast. I don't use tactical stance unless it's for me having to do a camo challenge, like how I got Interstellar. But personally, I don't use tactical stance activation, but I do use it so I can, with down D-pad, tactical stance behavior on toggle. I do use prioritize interact for picking up weapons and everything else faster, so I can reload by holding it, which is way better than having to hold to grab your weapons and tapping just to reload. I find it unnecessary, and I find that prioritize interact is the best for me. Please put this on apply all. I promise you, it's going to help you out in the long run. If you do not have apply all, what are you doing? Apply all will help you, especially when you're running away and you're flanking. You just got sniped from a mile away and you need to play it up. You only have to do it once instead of having to hold it again and again and again. I don't use this at all. This is horrible to use for aiming with your left stick and moving with your right. Well, personally, I don't. I mean, there might be some people that do. Backpack control is using this one's for D-pads, and when you're able to move around and drop stuff in your backpack instead of having to use stick, which means that you're stop moving into dropping stuff in your backpack. Depleted ammo weapon switch is literally all this does is just reloads your weapon when you have no ammo in your other weapon. It just automatically switches to the next. I have this on just because I don't find the purpose of having it on or off. I normally never run out of ammo, but like that. Quick C4 detonation actually is amazing. So with the grouped, you can you can throw a C4 and double tap square if you do copy my settings, and it will automatically blow up the C4 without having to pull out the whole trigger and then doing it. Manual fire behavior, I have this on press because obviously you're going to lose hella gunfights if you have it on press and hold to shoot. Obviously not worth it at all. You'll lose every gunfight, I promise. Akimbo behavior, I had this on paired. I mean, it doesn't really change it because I aim to shoot. I'll aim to shoot. Well, obviously with akimbo you can't, but I have this on paired. Independent or paired, either one doesn't really matter unless like you're doing something and you need an akimbo challenge. It doesn't really matter, but I haven't changed any of my settings for vehicle behaviors or overlay behaviors. All of that is basic, unnecessary. Graphics, I do use on-demand texture streaming. I have this off because of the fact that it is it actually makes your game lag more, and it is very unnecessary and you don't need it. Wood motion blur makes it horrible. You don't need it. It will mess up your gameplay a lot. Film grain off, weapon motion blur also off, depth of field off, and this also makes your game lag more. Take it off. I do have this on efficiency. Low consumption will just minimize on how much energy you're using to your console and your monitor. Efficiency makes your game run faster and better. 120 hertz refresh rate, obviously, because you want to run your game at the highest pace. You can only use this on a PS5 or Xbox Series S or X. And you also have to have a HDMI cord and monitor that can run 120 hertz and 120 FPS. My field of view is at a 117. I do this for obviously better camera movement and everything to make the game look more satisfying and more in there. First person camera view at least 50 and at least 50. This will help you out so much because this makes your game also look more wide. Please do not have this on default. I promise you it's not worth it. Audio soundbar is one of the best things that you can use for listening for footsteps and hearing everything else, because normally people would use headphone based boost. It's not worth it. Soundbar makes you listen out for more footsteps than it does like actual gunshots, precision airstrikes, and everything like that. Mouse game volume obviously at 100. I don't use game chat, and if I do, I'll turn this up normally to like 90. But I mainly don't use game chat, so I'm not in there like that. I have it on. I do have all lobby just in case. I do end up getting proximity chat, right? And proximity chat normally is on, just for those hot mics, just in case. It's funny. Like I said, don't use really game chat like that, so my microphone levels are down there, and really everything else is basic interface. I do not use subtitles. I don't want something popping up at the bottom of my screen for no reason. My mini-mad HUD is a square. Please, please, please use a square. I don't want y'all to use circle. You see way much more with square than you will ever with the circle. It's better. Minimap rotation, obviously. Horizontal compass. You don't. This is all optional. If you want to just see something moving at the top of your screen or not, it really doesn't matter that much. If you don't have a mic, or you do have a mic, and obviously you don't know how to make a call out. I don't know how you don't know how to make a call out, but if you want to have a horizontal compass on, perfectly fine. Crosshair, I prefer to have this off. Some people do have it on, some people don't. Me personally have it off because of the fact that it makes my game way smoother. Also, because I already know where my crosshair would be. Also helps with my censoring as well. Um, with hit marker visuals, it doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I do use it because I want to know, yes, I'm hitting my shots. Yes, I don't want to have to go off the fact that if my game's lagging or if I'm just actually missing my shots. Damage based hit markers, yes. Player names, full names, I just use full names because why not. In-game text chat, I have this on just because. Fade in after 10 seconds, yes. Stamina bar on, yes. All this is just personal preference. I used to have this on just to see if when, how, or why I was spiking. I just have these on now just because it literally does everything this one can do. I do have tooltips on, but it's really pointless. Doesn't do much. I cannot say all that. But hey, man, I love y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. I love y'all, man. Peace.